Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. So I just came from work. I just relaxed myself. I'm eating my burger and some fries from IHOP. I'm not a breakfast person. It's about 8 o'clock in the morning. I can't eat breakfast. And I'm having myself a glass of wine because I was at work all night trying to record this video. I went to work yesterday at 7 and I just came off at 7 in the morning. So let me just unwind and talk about this episode. The episode that launched yesterday, May 9th, 2018. And we're just going to talk about, what I want to talk about. I released 2 videos already regarding Sam and Drew, but I'm gonna go from right where they left off, not yesterday, but the 8th, I think, when she said she had something to tell him when they go home or whatever, and it just cut. Now, it returned when they were in the hospital, and Sam said she wanted to talk to him when they go home, and Drew was like, "Are you sure you're okay? You don't even have to wait till we go home. You could talk to me right now." And as soon as she said that, and her mouth was starting to move, which I knew Sam was not going to open her mouth and tell Drew anything about what happened. She seemed nervous as hell for someone that she doesn't love. Well, she loves him, but she doesn't love him as much as Jason, which is understandable because if you think about it, they have more history. They have a lot of history, a lot of things, a lot of good times, bad times that they went through. And, Drew and her only have 3 years. So I'm interested to see how this plays out in the long run. I think she's most likely gonna try to work it out with Drew, but let me just, talk about what's going on so far. So she is about to open her mouth, which I knew she wasn't going to, and Jim, I believe that's his name, comes in from the elevator and sees Sam and Drew, the twins, and he's acting like how he's so excited to see them, which he's clearly not, but he's just playing it off like being this actor. And Sam go ahead and give him the tea that how she was at his place, and he's like, "Why you were at my place?" And she's like, "Well, no, I wasn't there by myself. I was with Jason. We got caught up there and in the earthquake, and we saved Franco." And then Jim spilled the tea about what happened with Franco, that he tried to tell him not to say anything about the secret. And but wait a minute, I'm going too fast. He's like, "Oh yeah, that reminds me, that's why I try to find you guys, I want to tell you what happened to me and Franco." And Drew was like, "What?" And Kelly's like, "What?" Well, Sam is like, "What?" And they're both like, "Okay, tell me the tea." And then he's like, "Yeah, Franco, he remembered something from his childhood regarding you." And Drew was like, what, how is this regarding me? He remembers that, that he pushed you down the steps and you broke your arm. And because of that, Betsy, his Franco's mother or foster parent, decided to send you away because she felt like that was the only way to keep you safe, because what if Franco did it again? And I'm like, okay, I'm like, okay, this guy is telling the story like really, really good, and he got me, and I swear I believed him. Even Sam believed him, the way she was looking at him, and she was just like, "Oh my God, since he was 3, he's been killing people or wanting to kill people." And it was just like, wait a minute. And then he screwed up when he's like, "Oh, I tried to save him, when he was caught up with the the cabinet that was on top of him, and I called for help or whatever." And I was like, wait a minute, I replayed that scene in my head when Franco and him was caught up in the earthquake in the room, and the cabinet fell on Franco's chest or whatever, and he couldn't move, and he was like, Franco, but he didn't do anything to help him. He actually ran away for his life. I don't remember him calling anybody. Like, no, he didn't call anybody. So I was like, he's a liar. He is lying to make himself look good. But every con artist usually does, right? So I'm like, okay, moving on, moving on. And then, you know, the twins are just standing there like believing everything that he says. And then he's like, yeah, Franco, he have not changed. This is Jim. Franco, he have not changed. Like painting Franco to be this horrible person to Drew. And I'm wondering, why is this man doing that? But anyways, moving on. The twins believed everything, okay? And then Frank and then Drew. I think Drew took it to the heart, okay? Because after Jim left, you know, Drew was just like, oh, well, I gotta go look for Franco. I want to get some answers. And Sam was like, but what are you gonna do? And he just walked away and brushed her off. I was like, oh my God, run after your husband, because you know how he is. You know how he is. He's gonna beat the crap out of Franco. He's gonna beat the crap out of Franco. Have him by the neck or something like that. If you don't beat the crap out of him, he's gonna have him by the neck, push him on the wall like he usually does. You know, that Drew step. But anyways, instead of her running after her husband, the scene goes to Elizabeth and Jason arguing in the hall. And what are they arguing about? Franco. She is arguing about Franco because she wants Jason to be, or to understand that Franco have changed and to let it go. And what he did back then is not who he is now. It's the tumor. And Jason doesn't want to hear all that. You know, he reminded Elizabeth that he was there when he arrived 1 hour from when Michael got raped. He was there when he kidnapped Sam and drugged her and said how he had sex with her and she was pregnant with his child, which Danny wasn't his child, but you know. And he was there for all that, and he kind of messed up his life, let's put it like that. And he really can't, he can't forgive him, but he can let him go and live, and hopefully karma will come and get him, right? And this is something that Sam and him talked about already. The same thing when he was in the little room with Franco and Jason, and Jason was gonna leave Franco there with the desk on his chest and not help him, but Sam talked to him and helped him to understand to let it go and move on, and you know, and to save him. So I don't know why this was so personal again when it comes to Elizabeth, and why people were hating on Elizabeth, because she was just, I mean, she is, if you guys know Elizabeth, you probably hate her, love her, but I come to understand her. She anytime she's in love with someone, she kind of just doesn't see anybody else's opinion, especially Jason's opinion, because Jason is the man that hurt her. So she loves Jason, but he hurt her. So how could she listen to anything that he has to say? You know, he didn't do right by her. So he can't give her any advice about anybody that she dated. You know what I'm saying? So she's, I don't know, she just get out of it to defend these guys. Rick, Lucky, what is Xander, anyone. But anyways, let's move on, okay? After that, Elizabeth went her way, and then she went to the desk, and then she saw Sam and Jason. Well, this is the part that I didn't get. Your man walked away, but you're busy listening to the argument that Elizabeth and Jason is having. Miss Sam is listening to the argument that they are having. And then when she waited till Elizabeth walked away, and then she walked to Jason and asked him, what's all that about? You know, like what is going on? What she wants you to do? That wasn't enough that you saved his life. Like, you know, like Samantha, really? You need to worry about your husband that's gonna go kill Franco. You need to go run after him and make sure he doesn't go to jail. Okay? So you have somebody to be there with you to take care of your daughter. Okay? But no, she's busy watching Jason. Okay? Watching Jason. Not even sure if she's gonna leave her husband for Jason. I don't think she is. But you know, that's another storyline. And then she's busy walking over there talking to Jason, and then Elizabeth sees what's going on. So Elizabeth didn't think that there was any secret going on. She just wanted to know what they were talking about. She felt like they were talking about Franco. So she left her station and went to spy on these two. You know what I'm saying? And they were, well, Jason wasn't confessing, but Sam, gosh, she didn't waste any time to bring up that I love you crap with Jason. And you know, Jason said, you know, she kept talking about a secret. Jason thought it was something else she was talking about. And she was like, no, I still haven't told my husband that I love you, you know. And of course, Elizabeth heard it. But I feel like Elizabeth is not going to tell Drew, because when she found out Sam was pregnant with Drew's baby when Drew was Jason, Sam asked her not to tell, and she didn't want to keep that secret, but it wasn't her position to tell him. She told Sam to tell him. And it's just like the same thing. She is with Franco, you know. She's not going to try to make trouble with Sam and Jason. That's their business. But I think she's going to go to Sam and tell her, like, you need to talk to Drew, because look what happened to me when I kept that secret, you know. But I don't think she's gonna tell him. I think somebody else is gonna hear it, somebody else that has it out for them, like maybe Jim. Okay, because they're just busy talking about this situation out of the blues, like anybody could see. Oh guys, I'm sorry, I hit the box. I am sitting on the floor. But they just busy talking around this is nothing. Like, it's something that secret is something that you two should keep on wraps. Not even text message, meet in an alley somewhere, make sure you're not followed. That's the kind of secret that, you know, you guys are hiding, like life-changing secrets for just one person, actually, I think, for Jason and Drew. So, but Drew is in the dark about it. But yeah, guys, and what else happened in this episode that I want to confess about? But that's about it. I don't think that Elizabeth is going to tell anyone. I think that, you know, it's going to be up to Sam, but I think she's being really reckless right now, and I think she needs to hurry up and tell Drew. But I heard a spoiler that Drew is gonna go undercover with Franco or something like that to find out what happened, because I don't think Franco really brought what happened, like Drew pushed him down the stairs or anything like that. So he's going to go undercover with Franco, and then they're gonna find out that Jim had something to do with it, and then Jim and Drew is gonna get into it or something like that, and unfortunately Drew might get shot. So I don't know. Those spoilers never really happen, and some of them do, so I'm really excited to see if it does happen that way. But yeah, that's what happened yesterday. Now we have to wait for the 12 and the 13 to see what's gonna pop. Another thing about the feelings that Sam told Jason, I'm really pissed that she didn't even say that she loved him in front of his face. But now I feel like she's guilty. She's feeling really guilty of saying that. She meant it because she will always love Jason. But I feel like she's guilty because she's married to Drew, and that's her husband. That is still her husband. She calls him her husband. And if you can remember, Sam is very, well, I'm not going to say very, because with Jason, when she was married to Jason, it was like, oh my God, it was crazy. When they were in love once, and then they weren't again, then they were again, then they weren't again. Oh my God. But with Drew, this is the most stable relationship she ever had. So I don't think she's gonna leave Jason for Drew, but I think they're gonna have a lot of problems, and I think she wanna just tell Drew all of this so they can work together to move on from this. But I don't think she's in a like she's trying to leave him or anything. I don't get that vibe from her. I just feel like because they promised each other no secrets, and it's killing her that she has the one from him, but she has two from him. And she was worried about this one, but she wasn't worried about the kiss. I don't get it. Because the kiss is actually cheating, I think. And the I love you was just a confession. You didn't cheat or anything like that. But the kiss, you actually cheated on Drew. So yeah, guys, tell me what you think. Leave comments below. I'm gonna try to upload this and drink my wine and eat my burger and my fries, and I'll see you in the next episode. Bye.